welcome to the hand sanitizer tutorial with the animation gizmo. Today we'll be using my hand sanitizer, which I published today, and we'll be using the animation gizmo. So let's get into it. First, you need to spawn my invention. Then you need to go to your make pen, which you can go into your backpack, use. Then you have it here. Or you can favorite it and pull it out from your back. So what you need to do is you need to go to gadgets, gizmos, and then the animation gizmo. So what you need to do is you need to go into configure the animation gizmo. Then you press stop at start. Then you go to the speed percentage and go 50. So that's already going to be set up for you. You've already set it, so then you don't need to set it up later. So now you've done that, you need your trigger volume, which you go into gadgets again, other gadgets, second page, trigger volume. You might want to go into surface at the top here, and don't go into edit, go into move, and then you'll have it already placed on the button. So then what you do, you go into manipulate, you shrink it down to the size of the button, like so, and then you can shrink it down to here, which is where the button is. So once you've done that, you've got that set. Then you want to wire the red to the red. So now you've got that all set up, you don't need to set it up later. So what you now need to do is you need to get this in position of where you want it to be. So you got to turn off surface, and then you can move it back into the hand sanitizer. So what you can also do, if you want it really straight, then you can rotate it like this. So then it's absolutely straight. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect, but you can fix it later. So this is what it's like for me. This is what I see. What you can do is, if you see that the hand sanitizer is poked through the top, just move it down a little bit, because you have this thing underneath. Right, now what you can do is you can get into the animation now. So you go to this circle thing, you see it has the little cogwheel. You wire that to the hand sanitizer. So the actual hand sanitizer. Then you go into edit that. Now you have a whole new palette. So what you're going to do is, these are all, if you're new to the animation, this is all new to you. So these are the modes you have. You can select the invention. You can play, which we haven't got anything yet. We can move it, so if we want to, I didn't connect to the right thing. So if you do that, then all you need to do is go to this, connect it to the same thing, then it says it's removed. So then you can go back and connect it to the right thing. Animation connected. As you can see, the hand sanitizer might move from the place that you put it in. So what you need to do is go into edit it again, and then move it back to the right place. So where you want it to start, you might have to do the rotation again. You might need to rotate it again to see if you can get it straight as possible. So for me, that is perfect. So then you go to your first tab, which is where your thing's going to be. These settings down here, I said Dune, never mind. These settings down here, you don't need to mess around with them, because that can mess up like all the animation. So all you need to do is press add, then press move, then move it all the way down into the floor. So then when you play that, it's going to go down. But it's going to be constantly repeating it until you press done editing. Then when you do this, you can see it's gone. So now, when you press this, you can see it's going down. Like this. Also, if you don't want to use the hand sanitizer to just wash your hands, you can use it as to like, so if it falls on the floor, you can make it spread on the floor. So like you spilt it. So what you need to do that is you need another animation gizmo. You need a little spill, like so say something like a little puddle or something like this. Then make sure they're level. Then what you need to do is you go into the animation, which I'm not going to do now. So you go in the animation, then you've got everything set up. Then what you need to do is you need to go into move. So the first frame, it needs to be under the floor. Then you go to add. Then you, on the last frame, it needs to be above the floor. So then once you've done that, you can drop your make pen, configure it, do everything, stop at start, then that. But instead of having the trigger volume, what you do is that you go to gadgets, other gadgets, trigger volume, so you get that, then configure, object. So whenever an object hits this, it will trigger the animation, which I'll show you in a second. As you can see here, I've got this set up. I've manipulated it. I've got it on the object, and what you need to do now is you need to get another animation gizmo. So I would say clone this one, but then you go into edit, remove, then done editing, delete. So delete that little hand sanitizer. Then you need to go to your little splash of hand sanitizer. Put it below the floor. So now when you go into this, you've got everything set up. So now you can wire it to that. You go into edit, edit that. Add. Then you go into this, bring it above the ground. Then you've got that animation done. Then what you need to do is you need to wire red to red. Then, so now, when you hit the button, it goes down. You might want to edit the, you might want to put stop at end instead of stop at start. You might want to edit the percentage back to 100. Then keep everything like normal. So now, press it. Don't wash your hands. It comes up, it stops. But when you want to get rid of this, you just press configure, click on it, then it resets. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope this was really helpful on showing you how to use the animation gizmo. So I hope you have a good day, and I hope this helps you to set up the working hand sanitizer.